Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a video all on nursing school because today is August 8th and I start school in 20 days, which I can't believe. That seems so close. I am not ready at all. It's okay. But I'm going to do a video on tips that I have for you if you are in school or a mom and thinking about going to school or anything like that. You will probably get something out of this video. I enjoyed the nursing program so far, even though I'm not looking forward to going back. That's to be expected after 2.5 months off, but it is a lot of work, especially with Lillian. I did start school before I had her, and then I have been through a year of the program with her, and it has been very challenging. And I have a couple tips for you on how to work with that, and some items that will help as well. And so I hope you enjoy this video. So first thing is I got Lillian a little backpack because I know that Drew is going to have to watch her a lot, and I feel bad for him carrying around a diaper bag because it looks like a purse, and I didn't really like it anymore either. It's just big and not very attractive. So I got her a little backpack, and she can have diapers, wipes, and snacks in here. It doesn't have an insulator, but it's really cute. So she can carry this around instead of Drew having to carry around a diaper bag when I'm not with them. And then the next thing is my backpack, obviously. When I started school, I just went to Target and I got the cutest backpack I could find, which was like cloth. I don't even know if it was meant to carry books. It was probably just meant as a purse type thing, but it was so not supportive. It literally hurt my back, and my neck muscles would hurt, and it just wasn't very good. But it was cute, and that's all I cared about at the time. But then my friend who went to school with me for the start of her program as well, she bought me this bag, and I love it, and it's perfect, and you can tell like it's so much more supportive with the back, and it's Under Armour. I think she got it online. Okay, the next thing is note cards, definitely. And I would go to Sam's Club and just buy the biggest pack of note cards that you can, because you will probably use all of them. Binders, a lot of people that I go to school with buy one of those big binders and then have the little tabs and put all of their subjects into one binder. You can do that, but I like just having like 3 or 4 of these little ones and having a binder for each class, because then if you don't have that certain class that day, then you can just take this one in your backpack, because backpacks get very heavy, and when you have to lug it around all day to multiple classes, you want it to be as light as possible. And also get a folder for every binder, every class. I mean, because handouts, you get handouts every class. So put your handouts in here, and then PowerPoints in here is what I do. And also a tip is to print the PowerPoints out and listen to the lectures and take notes on the lectures. Even if your teacher lectures in class, I would still listen to the lectures at home and take notes on them, because they might add things, and it's always good to listen for the second time. Okay, so depending on what kind of person you are, which I guess I use all of these, but I always like to have a drink with me, either in class or at clinical, and I always take a snack, and this is usually what I take. It's just a Clif Bar to clinical or class, because I get hungry and then my stomach growls, and I'm probably known as the girl whose stomach growls through class because I always get hungry. And so I like to take one of these and eat it during class, because teachers don't care, classmates do it. Okay, and the rest is for clinical mostly. You can use it in class, but this is mostly for nursing clinicals. So most of your teachers will recommend or require you to buy one of these. It's a clipboard. You have your assessment sheet here, and then whatever you need in here, like I took skills check off in here sometimes. Like if I know that I am gonna have to like put a catheter in that clinical, then I'll have the skill list in here so I can look over it during clinical and try to remember all of the steps to the skill. And you can also put more assessment sheets in here, or your instructor will probably give you little papers that you have to fill out during clinical. I didn't put all of my books in there because there are so many and they're just big textbooks. This year, or this semester, I only had to spend $154 on books because I already had 3 of them. But books can get very expensive. I've heard of some people spending over $1,000 on just nursing school books. But my school is a technical college, so it's not as expensive at all, but it's still very expensive. This is a must-have for sure. It's a nursing drug handbook, 2018. It's pretty spendy. This one was the cheapest one I could find, and it was $40. But it just lists all of the drugs and everything that you need to know about them as a nurse, and I use this so much for clinical. Now this I just bought. It's a Littman Classic 3, and I actually found it in a store and they let me listen before I bought it. So I know that it sounds very good, which is so important because if you can't hear very well, then you're not going to be able to hear like if their lungs sounds, if they have rhonchi or wheezing or crackles, you really won't be able to tell the difference. Or if you hear a murmur, a heart murmur or anything, you won't really be able to tell what it is, so you won't know how to chart on it. And then you look kind of stupid if you aren't sure, or you have to go get your instructor and be like, I listened to the lungs and the heart, but I'm not sure what I'm hearing. You just don't want that to happen. Not that I know. The other things that you're going to need are a little name tag pulley thing, because in the hospital you have to have this attached to you and swipe your badge like when you're charting or to go through doors. So you have to have one of these. I got mine at Walmart. I think it's pretty cute. And this is actually just my work badge right now because school hasn't started. You're going to need a watch with a second hand. I got this from my job as well when I started. It's it clips to you. It's not a wristwatch. It just clips to you and then you can look at it, which is just as handy as a watch, I think. A pen light, and it has like the pupil size, so you can do a neuro assessment. And then nursing scissors. These are different than just normal scissors because when you go to like cut tape for an IV, careful. This pink part will protect their skin. A couple other tips that I have for you are make sure, especially if you have a baby or a toddler or kids at all, to study or do homework every day, because you never know when you're going to have time and when you're not going to get time, or when your baby is going to be teething and be so clingy that you can't even get work done. So literally I study every day, or I do homework every day, or I have school, or this semester is going to be the first semester that I'm going to have a job, Lillian, and school. So we'll see how that goes. The thing is to save your study guides for each test. Like for each unit, your teacher will probably, hopefully, I love study guides, hopefully give you a study guide on how to study that unit or study for that test. And to save those, because you will have finals, and it's really nice to just study the study guides again, so don't throw them away. I learned that the hard way. And then another tip I have is for clinical, just to be very confident. They're not expecting you to be a nurse already. They know that you're going to make mistakes, but just jump in, because that will make you look better to your instructor. Just to act confident, act like you know what you're doing, even though obviously you don't know what you're doing because you're in school. But it can be very scary, but don't let that get to you. Just go for it, and it will help you, and you will learn more that way. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like it. Please subscribe to my channel.